Aquí en Venezuela somos un país democrático y hemos demostrado jurídicamente cómo hay una serie de instrumentos jurídicos que validan que el presidente es legítimamente electo por el pueblo de Venezuela. Hoy es una expresión de cómo el pueblo de Venezuela, que es un pueblo de paz, está con el presidente y ante amenazas, ante planes orquestados, nosotros nos vamos a la calle porque es demostrar que aquí hay paz, que aquí todas las acciones son legítimas y que hay un pueblo de frente imponiendo la soberanía y haciendo respetar la soberanía de Venezuela. Somos pueblo de paz. Nosotros aquí en Venezuela somos un país.
Okay, you guys, I just wanted to play that clip because this is all going back to the Latin Caribbean Alliance. One second. You know, today I'm feeling a little emotional. I'm about to be sharing with you a lot of footage that is disturbing. I'm going to have some conversation with you guys that I hope I can do the content itself justice. I hope that I can be adequate in my presentation. There's no way I could cover everything. I was so overwhelmed when I was researching this that I was so overwhelmed. I was worried I wouldn't be able to present everything. Like I wish I could just take my mind and just give it to you so that you could just hear my thoughts and know what I know about the situation, but I'm going to try to do my best. I want to tell you today that there is a revolution on a global scale that is happening. And I want to start with Venezuela, Haiti, and the Latin Caribbean Alliance. And I want to do a series called Connect the Dots, where I start to talk about the global picture of what is going on a global level and how these things tie into each other and how these different small social revolutions are being misrepresented by the US media, by the Western media on the whole, and what is really going on at the grassroots level that the people are doing, not the governments, but that the people are on the ground and doing some things that some of us have never heard of. I hope I can do this justice. I really do. I hope I can share with you guys what needs to be shared in the right way. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. We're just going to just jump all the way into this. Okay, let me give my copyright disclaimer now. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. I'm going to be, I made a video. I'm going to probably re-edit it so that it's just a video that I put together so that I could show you all of the footage and photos I have collected. And I'm going to be playing it. But before I do that, I just want to show, as we talk about Haiti, who the two players in this are. Okay. On one hand, we have the United States. You see this man is holding up a sign. It says, USA, please stop supporting criminals and corruption in Haiti. So before we get to the footage I want to show you guys, I just want to go through the history a little bit of Haiti for those people who do not know. So essentially, right now, there is, and like I said, this is a global thing that is happening, but we're just going to start with the Latin Americas and the Caribbean islands because they are what is closest to us. And then we are going to branch out throughout the earth. And I'm going to show you that imperialism and the white establishment and the Western status quo is under an attack that has been going on for some time, and it is reaching a precipice, and that these separate movements are actually joint movements, although they try to present them to us as separate. I had somebody comment on my news channel that I was wrong, that what was going on in Haiti had nothing to do with colonialism. And I'm going to prove today that that is not the case, that this is a war between non-whites and whites and a struggle for power that is becoming global. So Haiti was the first liberated country in the Latin Americas and Caribbean islands. And this has really made Haiti a target moving forward for white people. They are determined to keep Haiti down. They are determined to make Haiti an example. We've seen them do this with other Black countries, such as Zimbabwe, where if you break free of colonialism, they do everything in their power to impoverish your country, to suppress your country. But Haiti is in a unique place because when they gained their independence, they went and they gave Bolivar guns and access to printing presses that he needed for their revolution. And this happened 200 years ago, but this has fostered a relationship between Haiti and the Latin Americas. Now, I will talk about, and I talked about in a separate video, actually, the relationship in the Latin Americas between the Latin-speaking countries. Now I want to tie the Caribbean islands into this, specifically the island of Hispaniola, which is Haiti and the Dominican Republic, and Venezuela as it relates to the Latin Caribbean Alliance. And I want to show a history and an overall revolution of multiple countries on this planet in that sphere and spreading out globally that is currently happening, a global resistance to white imperialism. And what we are watching is the beginning of a war. And so with that said, Haiti helped out, like I said, Bolivar about 200 years ago, giving them guns, access to printing presses. Haiti not only liberated themselves, but they had the backs of other countries that wanted to be liberated from white imperialism. And we have to remember that most of this earth has been colonized by the imperialistic structure, the European imperialistic structure, the Western world. And that is how the whites have accumulated all their wealth, because we know that the land that is traditionally attributed to the whites, which is the European countries, is a barren, disgusting place. The weather is bad. It's not very rich in mineral resources. It has nothing. So they had to spread out to gain the things they wanted, to gain spices, to gain technology, to gain precious metals, to gain reserves. And when we speak of reserves, we have to look at Venezuela, who has the largest oil reserves that are known on the planet, which is why they have become a target. Now, back in 2006, Rene Paval and his vice president, Vicente Rangal, they got together and they tried to initially sign on to the Petrocaribe deal. And the U.S. in declassified documents that were leaked through WikiLeaks, it was exposed that the U.S. fought tooth and nail to keep Haiti down and from joining in on this deal. The deal is essentially that Venezuela will help Latin and Caribbean countries build their economies separate from white imperialism. And because much is run on petro, and that's oil essentially, the fact that Venezuela has such a large reserve is key. So what they were doing is they would make them pay 60% up front, 40% they didn't have to pay for 25 years, and they got 1% interest on that. And that money that they didn't have to pay, speaking specifically of the islands of Hispaniola, but this is a deal that applied to many other places. And again, Hispaniola is Haiti and the Dominican Republic together. They were supposed to take that money and build their infrastructure, rebuild themselves from colonialism. So build their infrastructure, put in social programs, become strong countries for this Latin Caribbean alliance so that this could spread globally, and people in countries who wanted to be independent of white imperialism would have the ability to do that. This is what is currently underway on a global scale. Countries working together to break free of white imperialism. It has been a long process, but it has actually reached a point where we could move into a rather large war. And I think that's something that the American public is not recognizing. So after the island of Hispaniola, specifically Haiti, managed to get into the Petrocaribe deal, the U.S. managed to co-opt the government. So they put in Michel Martelly, and who was essentially the offspring of a bunch of drug lords in Haiti. And he started to embezzle and steal the money that was supposed to go to the Haitian people for rebuilding of the infrastructure and all those good things that they had worked out with Venezuela so that they could break free of white imperialism. So this co-opt of the Haitian government sent Haiti on a path where none of that money was used. The second president following that and current president of Haiti is also a pawn for the white establishment, as is the current president of the Dominican Republic. And these presidents have been had their hands forced or have been paid because they're in the pockets of white imperialism to denounce Venezuela. And in the denunciation of Venezuela, the people on the island of Hispaniola, we've been hearing of Haiti, but this is happening in the Dominican Republic too. The people are revolting against the government because they have solidarity with the people of Venezuela. They have solidarity with the Latin Caribbean Alliance, which is working against white imperialism and attempting to relieve the non-white peoples of their countries of white imperialism. What is going on in Venezuela currently is a push by whites who were not pushed out of Venezuela to retake the country. The same is happening in Haiti. And I'm about to support that with the footage that I have here. I'm going to go ahead and share it with you. Again, I just want to draw your pictures to your attention to these pictures. The young man in Haiti holding up the sign, U.S., please stop supporting criminals and corruption in Haiti. And then we have this other sign, gracias. They're saying thank you to Commander Chavez for the Petrocaribe deal. We have to understand that our Black people in the Caribbean and Latin Americas are in solidarity with this break from white imperialism. And this that we are seeing going on with Venezuela, with Guatemala, with Haiti, with the entire island of Hispaniola, with them wanting to come for Cuba, with all of those things, that this is a concentrated effort to snuff out revolution and a break from white imperialism. They are feeling threatened. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to my video. I have some notes here that I'm going to try to keep up with, but I want to start with the commentary from this white man as he talks about their intentions for Haiti.
To create an international, multicultural island paradise and business mecca. In the center of the Caribbean, sheltered by the high mountain ranges of Haiti and the tranquil Gulf of Laguna, strategically situated on one of the highest trafficked energy sea lanes in the world, is it began with an idea to create an international, multicultural island paradise and business mecca. In the center of the Caribbean, sheltered by the high mountain ranges of Haiti and the tranquil Gulf of Laguna, strategically situated on one of the highest trafficked energy sea lanes in the world, is an island gem, poised to become the home for international business and the destination for world travelers. That destination is Laganov. Global Renewable Energy invite you to discover the visionary creations of Laganov and to preview the role that LGDA will play in its development. GRE is focused on the creation and management of alternative energy projects. Our leaders are highly rated energy experts. Working together, LGDA will create jobs, attract investments, improve the quality of life for the people of Haiti, and generate revenue. Why Laganov? Other than the fact that the island embodies the well-known real estate principles of location, 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 the island has a large trainable workforce. More importantly, as one of the number one place in the world to conduct business, Laganov will be a bright beacon to attract development. LGDA will manage Laganov as a business and foster the development of the island by targeting the energy, cruise, and tourism industries.
Are you guys reading this? It says role to manage and control the development of Laganov. These white people, I can't. So I want to get into the violence that's going on in Haiti. But let's dig a little deeper into it. I have all of these notes that I've been taking, and I want to make sure that I include everything. Okay. So as I said before, for over a decade, Venezuela has been helping the island of Hispaniola with their Petrocaribe deal. And other countries that are in on this deal are Nicaragua, Jamaica, Cuba, a lot of the Eastern Caribbean islands, a lot of the Latin American countries, Cuba. All of these countries are involved. This is a pretty large scale scheme that they have going on. And right now, these countries are heavily operating independently, a lot of them of Western colonialism. And you will hear a lot of these names and recognize that I don't watch television, but I'm positive in the news some of these countries have been targets for our government and for Western governments. As if something's wrong with them, as if they're doing something incorrect, as if, we need to go in and help them, when the reality is we're just trying to start coups. So with regard to the island of Hispaniola, the people, not the governments, because the governments are Western control, they're starting to wake up. And they're recognizing that Washington, the United States, is being used as the arm of the white imperialistic structure to run their country's governments and remove them from the Petrocaribe deal and the Latin Caribbean alliance. And the people are starting to revolt. When the presidents of the two Hispaniola countries, Haiti and the Dominican Republic, denounced the current President Maduro's presidency in Venezuela, the people at that point began a civil uprising. And that is why there is currently a civil uprising in Haiti. That is what it is over. It's not just about the money. And I'm going to prove that in this footage that I show you, because the Haitian people, they're going to say it themselves. Right now, all over Hispaniola, specifically in Haiti, because remember, Haiti is always a target because of how they pushed the white colonizers out of their country. They are without electricity in many neighborhoods. They are without water. The U.S. currently has oil tankers sitting outside of the port of Haiti, and they are saying if Haitians will pay them cash, they will bring oil into the country. Like a carrot on a stick. I want to go ahead and play this footage because there are, and I thank JV for hipping me to this, that there are milita in the street. This preacher is about to talk about how the milita that are in the street are paid. And listen to why he describes that these people that are in the streets, the violent people, the looters, the milita, things like that, how he knows that these are paid individuals.
How do we get all of these people in the street doing the things that they're doing? Well, let me tell you something. Every last one of them are being paid. So these broadcasts in the road, were well and extensive equipment, big money behind this. Yesterday morning, and it's everyone that wants. It's all about Elijah, power and money. That's all they care about.
Okay, I hope my connection is not too bad. So I want you to pay close attention. The man that has the orange shirt over his mouth, these are Haitians. They're in Haiti right now. The man that has the orange shirt over his mouth, he's holding up a flag. I want to ask if any of you recognize what that flag is, whose flag he's holding up. Notice he keeps pointing at the flag, the gentleman that's talking in the red shirt. He's pointing at the flag. The flag he's holding is the Venezuelan flag. They're out there protesting. A lot of them are protecting themselves from the gases, protecting their identities. They're out there protesting, and they have the back of the Venezuelans. This is the Venezuela flag. That's the flag that these Haitian men are holding up, so that there's no mistaking. I'm not making this up. The people are in solidarity with Venezuela. They're in solidarity with the work that's being done through the Petrocaribe deal. They're in solidarity with the Latin Caribbean Alliance. The leaders that the white establishment has put over them have been trying to break the country, and the people are having none of it. Here we're watching a protest. The people have taken to the street over this. Now we're seeing a body here, and this is being reported that Haitians are killing each other. But I dug a little deeper, and it's hard to get footage. Haitians are not killing each other. There are non-blacks in Haiti that are murdering Haitians. And I'm about to show some very, very graphic footage that it hurt my heart to watch, y'all. It really hurt me to watch, to prove to you that there are whites in Haiti right now executing these people in the street because they want to pull that president out of office, because they want to maintain their liberty from imperialism and from the white global establishment. They want to be in solidarity with Venezuela. And because of that, our brothers and sisters in Haiti are being massacred in the streets. We're going to be getting to that footage soon, but I just want to go back to my notes and make sure that I am not forgetting anything. So we know that the CARICOM states, Mexico, Italy, Ireland, Greece, Uruguay, Cuba, Russia, Turkey, China, Iran, India, South Africa, almost all of the states in Africa recognize the elected government of Venezuela. It is only the white countries that are not in solidarity, with the exception of Uruguay and Russia. So when we wonder why Russia is not with it, Mexico, they have not denounced Maduro, but they are in a compromised position, right? Because they're sitting right on the U.S. border, and they risk making themselves a target. I want you to see how far this goes back. I want us to listen to how the CIA has tried to go into Haiti in the past and use operatives to overthrow the government. I'm going to play that footage in just a second, but I want to keep talking. So there's a push because they feel that Venezuela and Cuba are at the head of this Latin Caribbean alliance mess that they need to shut down so that they can have access to the natural resources of those countries and control over the non-white population. They have been pushing hard for coups in these countries, Haiti included. Now, we have to recognize that in the island of Hispaniola, when we look at the history of this, we have to look back to the 60s and the OAS meetings that took place in Punta del Este, and how Uruguay was removed from the body. If we look back to the old Cuban foreign minister, Raul Roa, he pointed to the West and he called them a ministry of Yankee colonies. And blood ran in the streets. And nobody in the island of Hispaniola has forgotten this. Nobody has forgotten that these things have happened. And they are not fooled, the wool's not pulled over their eyes as to the previous coups that the US has tried to cause in these countries. Let's go ahead and just go back to this footage. And we'll hear one of the operatives, a traitor, who only came out to out the CIA when they arrested him, talk about how he was used as a tool against his own people.
I'm in jail. I've been betrayed. I've been humiliated. And
I'm pissed off this traitor is talking about he's been betrayed and humiliated when he's the one who is betraying his whole entire country.
I think it's about time for the world and the American public to know.
So says the CIA first reached out for him in 1991 after he became an advisor to his childhood friend, General Raul Cedras. He said he was given a code name, Gamal, and an agency walkie-talkie so the CIA could summon him at a moment's notice. And he says he went on the payroll at around $700 a month. How did you get paid?
US currency, cash.
From the station G?
Yeah, from it.
And early on, he said the CIA encouraged him to provide damaging information about Aristide during Aristide's presidency. But undercover, working as a secret ally of the CIA, whose officers, he says, didn't want Aristide back. But what you're saying is that the White House had one policy:
People to frighten people, and you have to kill people. And I was meeting with the CIA on a regular basis. We had an understanding, we had an alliance. So if I'm guilty of those crimes that they're accusing me of, the CIA is also guilty.
Because they knew what you were doing?
Because they knew exactly what I was doing.
So this goes way back. Now, there was a period after the earthquake in 2010 where the white imperialistic structure thought it would come back into the island of Hispaniola and take control of Haiti. But what ended up happening is that because of the Bolivarian Revolution, all of Haiti's debt was forgiven with regard to Petro. And the fostering of this new deal to help Haiti build itself outside of the white imperialistic structure was fostered. We talk about that in the beginning. And what we see is that because Haiti is not suffering the way that the Western world hoped it would suffer due to the help of the Latin Caribbean Alliance, the United States, as the arm of Western imperialism, has gone in and co-opted the Haitian government and the Dominican Republic's government. They're attempting to go in and co-opt Venezuela's government. But the Venezuelan people are having none of it, and the Haitians are taking to the streets. And in the Dominican Republic, they're doing something similar, although we know that Haitians are revolutionary. It's in their blood. So they're not going to the extent of Haiti, but where Haiti goes and its people go, so the people of the other part of Hispaniola, the Dominican Republic, will follow. So we are looking in multiple countries. We are also including Cuba in this. We're also including Guatemala in this. We're also including Nicaragua in this. You know, all those countries that they want us to think are embroiled in civil war. What's really going on is these are countries that are anti-white establishment. These are countries that are all part of this Petrocaribe deal. All of these countries. And so the propaganda that's being put forth in the news here in the United States is not true to what's going on. Here we have this older woman talking, and essentially what she's saying is that there are no schools, there are no hospitals, that the government has been stealing from the people, and that their president is trying to sell their country to the international community, and it will happen over her dead body. This is roughly the translation for what she's saying. She says they'll stay in the streets until the end. The president must go. This brother actually speaks English. The signs that the people are holding in the background, when we get to it, hold on. The signs that the people are holding in the background are appealing for help from Russia, one of the countries that refused to denounce President Maduro, and China as well, because they know that they have the military force to come in. And Russia and China, which is why we're not friends with Russia right now, refuse to join in with the rest of the Western world to overthrow the Latin Caribbean alliance and trying to gain access to the related countries' natural resources, and to take part in the coup of overthrowing these governments. This is the real reason why we have a problem with China. This is the real reason why we have a problem with Russia. These are the real reasons, right, that we have a problem with Venezuela, with Cuba, with Haiti, with the island of Hispaniola, with Guatemala, with Nicaragua. This is the real reason that will allow 1 million Mexican immigrants to flood the border, but it's a problem when people come from that far south of the border. The reason is because they're all in on overthrowing white imperialism. Let me go ahead and I'm going to turn it back up so we can hear this next brother talk. His English is not the best, but he is speaking English. So you'll just have to listen pretty carefully.
You know, you're fucking oasis. Try to do something to help Haiti, because you're the worst president of United States.
He said, "You don't know who you're fucking with," is essentially what he said. That they're war prisoners of the United States.
What's supposed to happen in Haiti? You cut them off. You remain silent. You're fucking wicked. You see my fucking face.
He said, speaking to the U.S., "You're fucking wicked." He's speaking to our government. I mean, his words, not mine. He said, "You're fucking wicked." I'm not saying that. He said it.
That took his born in your fucking country. I put them under private school. We don't even help Asian people. I put myself, my blood, my strength in fucking United States.
The sign in the back says, Mr. Putin, that they're saying Vladimir Putin. They're appealing to all of the countries that have not denounced President Maduro and the Petrocaribe deal and the Latin Caribbean Alliance. They're appealing to them because there's going to be a war. That's what y'all don't realize.
I have no bill, US. I mean, if you don't want to, it's okay. But try to do something for Haitian people. Haitian people suffer. No water, no food, no water, no steel.
That's heartbreaking. He said the Haitian people are suffering. There is no water. There is no food. There are no hospitals.
Nothing. What the fuck you do for them? Do something for them. Thank you.
You see his sign is over here, directing it towards China and Russia. It breaks my heart that we don't have solidarity as Black people, that they can make an appeal to us. They have to turn to China and Russia, who, if they come to their aid, will exploit them too. They will not maintain their independence. We are watching our brothers and sisters throughout the Latin Americas and Caribbean islands who are trying and who have done the work to push whites out of their country. We are watching them suffer at the hands of Western imperialism. And we sit in this country hating on a 3% immigrant population of Blacks. When everybody else is non-Black coming into this country, we hate them so much that we are ignoring the fact that there is a real issue going on with our people on a global level. You know, something I didn't mention earlier that is worth mentioning is one of the reasons the U.S. hates President Maduro is that he joined with the Haitian president, the former Haitian president, 2 presidents ago, that signed the Petrocaribe deal. President Maduro of Venezuela joined with him to ask for reparations for the Black people of Haiti and of the Latin American communities. They hate Maduro for a reason. They hate Venezuela and Haiti for a reason. These two joined forces. I wish maybe the picture will be in my footage. I think it probably won't be, unfortunately, of the two of them holding up the deal. This is the sort of work that has been going on. This is the sort of work our people have been putting in. These are multiple countries united, multiple countries of non-whites uniting against white imperialism. This is what's happening on a global scale. We're just looking at the Latin Americas and Haiti specifically today, but I plan to do a whole series where we look at this on a global scale because I really want to paint a picture of what the world looks like right now. So I feel like we're in a delusion. We don't recognize that the revolution is here. This is already happening. This is already happening. So that is why it shocks me that there are oh my gosh, it started snowing outside, y'all. It's snowing so hard it looks like rain. That's why it shocks me that there are people who want to separate the diaspora during a time where on a global scale, I'm going to prove to you globally that there's unity. And they're trying to close the American Blacks out of this movement with propaganda. Again, appealing to Putin, appealing to Russia, one of the only white countries who have not signed on. All right, this footage, if you guys are queasy, if you guys are soft-hearted, if you're queasy, if you don't want to see violence, this will be about the time that you're going to want to stop watching. So there are mercenaries. Again, I thank JV for putting me on to look into this. There are mercenaries that are murdering Haitians in cold blood, non-Black mercenaries in the streets. The UN on their so-called peacekeeping missions are in the streets killing people. American paid mercenaries are in the streets killing people in Haiti as we speak right now. And if you don't want to see that, I advise you stop watching. Look at him. Look at him. He's coming from, see, you see where he's shooting? He's shooting down the street at people. At people. At people. He's shooting down the street at people in the street, and then he goes and he walks toward the UN trucks. This is what's going on. This is what's going on in Haiti right now. All because they are working with the Latin Caribbean Alliance to break free of white imperialism. All because they want that evil whitewashed president of theirs out of office, because he had the nerve to denounce Venezuela when Venezuela put in line a process to help Haiti. We see this footage. Let's go back. Let's just go back. There are mercenaries on the street. The Haitian police force can't come up against the people. Look who he's shooting at. I just look, these are civilians. These are people unarmed. Have you seen anybody that they're shooting at holding a weapon? Nobody that they're shooting at has a weapon. Look at the skin. These are in the streets of Haiti. It's actually heartbreaking. Black faces doing the work of the devil in UN trucks. Peacekeeping, as they call it. I mean, look at all those bullets. That's crazy that you would be out. That you would be out in a civilian population like this. Now is the time. So the UN apparently has started to pull out. I hope that they can press and remove their president out of office. I hope that for the Dominican Republic as well, that they can remove their corrupt politicians out. I mean, the goal would be a social revolution where the people take over the land and factories, but a political revolution may be all that can be achieved. These are full-on white people in Haiti murdering Haitians. You see, there are white people on the island of Hispaniola killing non-whites, and then the US has oil tankers outside saying, "Give us money." You heard the old woman say they're trying to buy our government. Yeah, I have to tell you, like, I'm so overwhelmed with like the information. Like in my mind, I had all these notes, and I was going to talk about the full history of Haiti and Hispaniola, their relationship to the Latin Americas, the different ways they have had revolutions and um, overcome coups and overcome Western infiltration over the years. Like in my mind, like I had this all mapped out, and I find myself as I sit here talking to you guys, kind of just at a loss for words, because I just don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. Except for to say that this thing is happening, man. This is happening before our eyes as they twist the reasons and mark all these people. You know, I say we're making a list. We'll check it twice, be like Santa Claus. Marking these people. I don't know what to say. Except for I hope to get you all to recognize something. And that something is that what is going on in Haiti is not just about them not liking the president. It is tied to a bigger picture of the overthrow of Western imperialism. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second. It is tied to a bigger picture of the overthrow of Western imperialism throughout the Caribbean islands and Latin Americas. And as the Caribbean islands and the Latin Americas work together to foster a system that works outside of white people, there are other countries on this earth that are doing the same in solidarity with them. This is a big, big picture. There is a huge picture that we are missing. There is a huge picture that we in America are missing. So that's why I feel real suspect. I feel very, very suspect about the division of the diaspora that's being pushed in America, just as we are unifying in every other place. These are the conversations. We're always talking about who failed and who doesn't do, but this is happening. This has been happening. This has reached a point where they're willing to go after multiple countries at once because it's getting out of control. They've kicked out the banks. They've opened their own central banks. They've got their own fucking oil. They've been forgiving each other's debts, helping each other build infrastructure. And the imperialistic structure just keeps coming in and co-opting the governments. Who's going to give first? We watched Yvette Carnell say that all the revolutionaries of the 1970s, their blood ran in the streets of Africa. All of the allies that we had in Africa are gone, she said, and their blood runs in the street. The blood of our brothers is running in the street today. This has not been quelled. Everybody is not acquiescent to the Western status quo. Everybody is not afraid. Everybody does not hate us, and they are all not our enemies. Can we not have pride in ourselves? Can we not love ourselves and love them too? Why has Western imperialism had such a chokehold on our people? That is what I ask you. I just want to show the footage of the mercenaries again. You know, we sit here, we have conversations about immigrant populations when most of the immigrants are freaking Hispanic and Asian. It's a small group of Blacks that come here. We are currently making enemies out of them, but what you don't realize is that white people hate them as much as they hate us. They hate them as much as they hate us. Anti-Crap said, Irene, these are what we call CIA operatives, making sure they eliminate any revolutionary leaders and protect the corrupt government. Yes, I agree. I agree. You know, it hurt. This footage hurt my heart. It really did. I just want to play. I just want to go through it again. I just want to recap what we covered. Just really quick, all right? I just want to recap what we covered. Because I think it's important that we have a heart for this, and I think it's important that we not be in a delusion about what's going on. Let me share my screen with you guys again. And let's just take one more look. We started off with this white man talking about the plans that they had for the Haitian people. The plans that they had to come in and control Haiti. Part of their purpose, and I'm going to go ahead and let it play, part of their purpose was to generate revenue for their shareholders. They chose Haiti because it is a prime location. It is ideal for cruise ships' home ports, and they could serve the entire Caribbean from Haiti. The taxes are cheaper. There's a workforce that they can pay low wages to. They want their role to be to manage and control those Black people. This fool is putting this out. Then we went to the pastor who talked about how they knew that a lot of the looters and violence that was going on were because these people had been paid, and we proved that there were actually mercenaries in Haiti killing Haitian residents in the street in cold blood. We saw the footage ourselves. That's what this man is talking about. And if you guys want to see the footage in its entirety and you're just getting in, you can look back. I said that there is a Haitian Venezuelan connection and that the Haitian people are revolting because the Haitian president, who is controlled by Washington, denounced Venezuela's President Maduro, but the Haitian people want no parts of it. He is holding up a Venezuelan flag. This Haitian man is holding up the Venezuelan flag in his hand. They are speaking to this. They want him out of office because they will not be sold to white imperialists. They will not be sold out by a man with black face that whites put in office. they will destroy everything first. They've taken to the streets. This is not just happening in Haiti, as I said before. This is happening all over the island of Hispaniola. This is happening in Venezuela. This is happening in Cuba. This is happening in Nicaragua. This is happening in Guatemala. They have been making appeals because we have no solidarity as Blacks. They have been making appeals to Russia, to China, to all of the countries who have refused to sign on to the co-opting an internal coup that the United States, as the arm of Western imperialism, is trying to foster in their country. Our people are not killing each other there. There are whites being paid to come in and kill them. And they are trying to make it look on the international stage as if this is something that we're doing. I just want to again thank JV for hipping me to that part of the story, because the mercenary part of the story is something I did not know. And when I pulled the footage, I was so sick. I was so sick. When I pulled the footage of them killing and shooting at unarmed people in the streets. These are the things that they're not going to show on our television. These are the things that they're not going to show on European television. These are the conversations that they're not going to have. They're spinning this story in a different way. But the real story is that there is a revolution afoot against white imperialism, and it spans countries. At the beginning of this, we watched Black Venezuelans talk about how they would never be co-opted. They would never be co-opted by whites. I think we are coming into the mercenary footage again. If you have a weak stomach, this would not be the footage that you want to watch. If you want to hear the testimony of this man who was a CIA operative, and he only spoke about being an operative after he was arrested because he felt like if he was guilty, the CIA was guilty too. But they have been trying to infiltrate Haiti for a long time. This alliance that Hispaniola and specifically Haiti has had with the Latin Americas is a decade old. Venezuela and Cuba have spread their arms wide to help other countries come out of white imperialism. And the imperialistic structure is trying to make them pay for it. Trying to make them pay for it. This old woman, if you guys want to hear her for yourselves, you'll have to go back to the playback. But this old woman is saying that they will not be sold. Their nation will not be sold, and that the president must leave office, and they will not leave the streets until he does. They will not be sold to colonists. Their country will not be given to whites again. I'm going to let the rest play through.
Everything was supposed to have in Haiti, you cut them off. You remain silent. You're fucking wicked. You see my fucking face. I got 2 kids born in your fucking country. I put them under private school. You even help Asian people. I put myself, my blood, my strength in fucking this thing. My blood, for 24 years, I help you build US. I
It breaks my heart that they have to appeal to Russia and China. Kimberly, Kimberly, ADOS, it can't stand in solidarity with them because the creators of ADOS hate immigrants. I did a video yesterday. I was gonna pull up every video just spitting vitriol at immigrants, Black immigrants specifically, not just any immigrants, but our own people. We, as American descendants of slaves, can stand in solidarity with them. But the mission, as Yvette Carnell lays it out, you know what she says? She says we would be stupid to be in solidarity with these people. We would be dumb. Would we rather be getting shot out like they are, or would we rather be in Massa's house and have access to the first world? That is where ADOS stands. I just did a video on this yesterday. Yvette Carnell said all revolutionaries, they are killed, and that we would be fools to do anything other than unify in appealing to the whites of America. She said American whites to give us something. But I'm not even going to get started with that crap. Look, I stand in solidarity with them. But there's a trick going on right now in the United States to make us despise Black immigrants, to make us despise Black people, to make us not want to be in solidarity with Blacks on a global scale. Why is it the Blacks in Venezuela and the Blacks in Haiti can be together, but we have a problem with it? That is suspect. The revolution is here. The only people that don't know it are us because we are so comfortable. And we will stay in our master's house and be comfortable until the revolution knocks at our door. Y'all, it hurts my heart. Oh, it makes me sick. It hurts my very soul. Like, it hurts my soul. This man that Trump has sicked on Venezuela is known for going in and murdering indigenous people and Blacks by the hundreds of thousands. Our president has sick this racist asshole on these people. He has killed so many people. And we stand for this. We stand for this in this country. We stand for this. We stand for this. Yvette said they have nothing to give us. They have nothing. We see them. They have nothing. Their land is poor. They have nothing to offer us. So why should we care? Why would we want to be at the bottom of the totem pole and unite with other people who are in the gutter with us? Why? Best we climb on each other's heads to climb out the gutter. But I cannot. With that mindset, I can't. I cannot with that mindset. I don't know why this bothers me so much, y'all. I'm so triggered. I promise you, like, I'm so triggered by this. You want to see our country win because we're in this country, right? But at what expense? You know? We give our politicians, our Black leaders, the people that some of you would call coons, which I don't even like that word. We give them the side eye, but we are coons of another kind. We are Sambos of another kind. We are just like them. We are no different. We're no different. We are just, because we will sit comfortable in our first world. We will sit here comfortably and we will ignore all things until they knock on our doorstep. Our own people make up 40% of the prison population. They are slaves in this country, but we will ignore everything as long as we can get in our car and go home and be free ourselves. We will ignore our president hiring a man who is known to kill Blacks, who is known to kill indigenous people by the hundreds of thousands. We will sit here and we will ignore it all and talk about fucking reparations, whilst their blood runs in the street. Make it make sense. How are we not all coons? How are we not all sellouts? How are we any better? We will exchange our own comfort for their deaths. What if the brother said, our blood will be on your hands? Because as long as you and I are comfortable, look, I'm going to walk into my beautiful bedroom. I'm going to put on my silk robe. I'm going to eat a hefty dinner. They have no water or food, but it doesn't matter to me because I am comfortable today. Nobody is shooting at me today, but when our day comes, we will be looking for somebody to have our back. We know who we are loyal to by who we embrace. When we are at our lowest point. Kimberly, you can say that, and I don't disagree with you, Kimberly, but Yvette Carnell, who is taking credit for this, says something different. Watch my video from yesterday. She said revolutionary mindset gets you killed. She said we are relics. And we need to get out the way. That if we unify with other Blacks, American whites will never give us reparations. That is what she says. I believe your heart is honest, Kimberly, but that is not what your leader is saying. This is not the rhetoric of the day. I just wanted to make the point that what's going on in Haiti, it is not just about money. There is a coalition of non-whites throughout the Latin Americas and the Caribbean called the Latin Caribbean Alliance. They have their own resources. They have pushed out the central banks. They have pushed out the white imperialists and colonizers. And these white people are coming for them to take their colonies back. And that is the truth of what's going on in Haiti. That is why they are after Venezuela. That is why they are after Guatemala. That is why they are after the Dominican Republic. They are trying to stage coups. They are co-opting governments. They have hired a murderer, our own president, to come in and slaughter everyone who does not acquiesce. Open threats are being made against these governments as we speak. The United States has oil tankers sitting outside of the port of Haiti. There is a war on. It's already here. Nobody with a gun has knocked on our door, and so we are comfortable. We are comfortable. And as long as we stay comfortable, our hearts might go out to them, but it will only be our hearts. Because what we don't have in us is any fight. Kimberly, you said, what is my solution? What is our solution? Who am I? I'm one person. I don't even think I did the best presentation today. I just was overwhelmed with the information. There was so much I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I just wanted to go into the whole history of this thing, to tie it in from the liberation of Haiti and the Latin Americas, the pushing out of the whites, to describe it all. What is our solution? What good is an individual without the collective? I would say the first place in my heart would be that we recognize that we unify under our Blackness before anything. And that we not get too comfortable. During Jim Crow, Dennis Connor, even the founder of ADOS, Yvette Carnell, and you can watch my video from yesterday, admits that during the Jim Crow era into the 70s, we had African revolutionaries that were in solidarity with American Blacks. And you know what they did to them? They killed them. And because they killed them, she says we should not be of a revolutionary mindset because white people kill revolutionaries. We are tamed. We are tamed, which is why a white man can play around in blackface or a KKK uniform, and we're going to be comfortable with that. We are tamed, which is why a former KKK member can be a part of the government and then have people who admit they are sympathizers and friends with him still hold office. We are tamed, which is why our civil servants are able to be in office for generations and hate us. We are domesticated. They called us animals and they domesticated us like beasts. I don't understand it. I don't know. I don't know, but I just wanted to do this. So when you see news footage regarding Haiti, when you see news footage regarding Venezuela, you guys know what the deal is. And with that said, I'm going to go. I'm sure I did an awful job at presenting this. I'm sorry. I had 9 pages worth of notes on my computer. I had 4 pages worth of notes in my notebook. And once I started talking to you guys, it was too much. Maybe I can do something more comprehensive another time. Maybe I can. I just don't know. But please do share this video. Not for my channel's benefit, y'all, because I'm not on YouTube for money. I'm really not. I think I'm going to make not even $100. My channel's monetized. I might make $100 this month, and that will pay the internet bill. You know what I mean? To keep posting content. So it's not about that, but it is about getting the information out there. It is about us having a conversation and a dialogue, right? I think that that's really important. So I would love for you guys to share this video. Please be sure to also like the video, because when you like it, it allows more people to see it. And in addition to that, please look into these things on your own. In my comment, in my description box, I have linked a young lady on Twitter who regularly posts things directly from Haiti. It's a great place to go to get information that is not sourced through the media. I'll probably post a couple of others as well. I would advise you guys follow her. A lot of her tweets only have a few hundred views, but there are millions of us. There are millions of us. And so more of us need to have a heart for this, and more of us need to be concerned about this. And if you're not ready to move now, at the very least, it helps for us to understand that everybody isn't acquiescent to this system. There are organized revolutions spanning countries against white racism and imperialism. And so this is not a pipe dream. This is nothing, but revolution happens in waves. It really does. It comes up, they squash it. It comes up, they squash it. The racist status quo is problematic. And it's in the description box creatively. I said follow her for real news regarding Haiti. So you can just click on it and you guys can follow her. On Saturday, I'll be having an interview with Vicky Dillard. That should be interesting, from the Nation of Islam. So that should be a good interview. There'll be a Q&A following the interview. So I hope you guys will show up for that. And yeah. I hope there's some things that we can do in real space and real time with each other. But y'all, I got a headache. I got a headache preparing that footage. I have a headache watching it 2 times over. Is too much for me. So I'm going to go make myself some tea, a luxury that a lot of people that are Black do not have around the world, to walk through a comfortable house and go just make themselves a cup of tea. They're just lucky to get a glass of water. So I'm going to take my grateful butt and I'm going to go do that. But I also want us to be introspective about the fact that we are very harsh on Blacks. We feel our sellouts. Are we any less a sellout for our complacency in this action? Why isn't there an uprising over Trump's bringing in of an ardent racist who is known for killing Blacks and Indigenous people globally? It's what he does. He kills people. He co-opts government and then uses their military to murder the people, just like we're seeing in Haiti. Why are we so complacent? That's what I want to know. So with that said, I'm going to get out of here. I'll talk to you guys later.